If the great pumpkin swings by this Blount County field, he might get quite a fright. Some of his orange brethren are looking a bit ghoulish. Insects are to blame, and there can be another reason.
The rain, came and didn't go away. That's something we don't hardly ever experience.
Albert Conning jokes pumpkins can be a lot like people. Some of them are just rotten. Some Tennessee pumpkin producers report losses this year because of excess rain. Mr. Conning hasn't lost too many pumpkins, but the rain did delay planting. Now he's hoping for dry weather.
Another little wet spell can turn this thing around in a heartbeat because they got to a place now the pumpkins are getting some age on them.
When carving a pumpkin, you might think it has thick skin, but actually it's a vulnerable piece of fruit, especially if it's marinating in a wet field.
The problem will start right on where the ground meet the pumpkin, right around the edge of the pumpkin, and when you roll it over, there'll be like a white mold along the edge of the pumpkin, and if that happened to you, they're gonna fall apart.
Some producers here in Blount and neighboring Knox and Loudoun counties report more than 70 inches of rain in the past year. While that's hardly a tropical rainforest, it's still about 20 inches above normal. When there's too much moisture, plant diseases can take hold. Mold, mildew, and pests thrive when fruit is soaked. The rain was welcome for the corn and soybeans on the Conning farm, but for pumpkins, not so much.
Corn and some other crops certainly benefit because they got high water usage, but as you indicate, it can spell trouble particularly for fruit and vegetable producers when you have excess water.
Blount County has a big agritourism trade, and UT Extension Director John Wilson hates to see that impacted by weather.
Especially in terms of, pumpkin melon production, particularly pumpkins that go hand in hand with agritourism in the fall of the year when we think about harvest time. The Conning farm is still shipping out plenty of large pumpkins this season, though they may be a few weeks later than usual. The heavy rain of 2013 was a threat, but owners here are grateful because the really scary thing at Halloween is when farmers lose crops. This is Chuck Denny reporting.